pitch with Jacob Mizorowski on the mound for the Brewers. He's taking on Colin Ray of the Cubs. Again, 7:05 first pitch right after Jim, Matt, and Molly right here on 100.5 ESPN.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's going to swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow.
People like me.
I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
Each other.
It's burger time!
The crowd is really excited tonight. They know what's at stake, Dick.
Thousands lined up for one reason and one reason only.
Get a hamburger.
Fire up the grills. It's free burgers for everyone.
Years ago, George Webb himself promised that when a Milwaukee baseball team won 12 consecutive games, he'd give away
Broadcasting
free
live
hamburgers.
from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison.
everyone.
Alongside Molly Brown, here's Jim Rutledge.
Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented by Coors Light. If the mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
I'm Jim Rutledge. I have the power, not in the Everlight Solar Studio, but we are at Potawatomi Sportsbook and Casino in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Past multiple George Webbs on the way with no desire to ruin my gut and stop, even for a free burger. I'm Jim Rutledge alongside Molly Brown, who did not ride in the big blue truck from Simmons Chevy in Mount Horeb. I was joined by Pablo Iglesias, who's here doing social media, and Primetime Wollersheim. Riley Yauk is back in the Everlight Solar Studio. But Ryan and Pablo and I got a nice quality time. Boys time.
Oh, yeah.
On the way over, yeah.
We got some nice quality time down by the train tracks, too, right near Potawatomi Hotel and Casino. Took a
Yeah.
wrong turn
What?
on the way in, guys.
I did
It's
too.
not even a wrong turn. It
No.
was like we thought the idea was we were running a little tight because these
Yes.
two guys were a little late.
I will say, right off the bat, I will say me and Pablo were tardy.
Yeah.
Getting to the parking ride where we met Jim to carpool over here from Madison to Milwaukee. Hour and 15 minute ride, and I think we got there at 2:15. So
Okay.
And you can stream
Kinda
us and
tight.
see us at Potawatomi here on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. Stream us on the ESPN Wisconsin app as well. And so it seemed like they had the front area like a, the drop-off you could kind of do or like a valet sort of thing blocked. And so because Ashton, our program director, was like, hey, just drop off Ryan and Pablo so they can set up the equipment. Couldn't do that. So then we kind of got sent to the parking lot area. And I was like, oh, there's a road that looks like it goes behind Pato. No. It just
it went behind Pato.
It somehow just takes you to New Jersey and scene in Sopranos.
I think I ended up on that exact same road because directions.
Let's put road in quotes there.
My directions led me to the hotel portion.
Okay.
And it wanted me to go in to like drop my bags off at the like bellhop people, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, no, this does not look right. This is not where I'm supposed to go. And I was like, this is not where I was last time that I went to the sports book. So then all of a sudden I'm like rerouted, and then I have to go on a roundabout and just a whole thing, and then I end up on like the other side coming in, and I don't know, but somehow I got here, and we actually got here at the same time, so it ended up not being so bad.
Yes, I texted you that I was here. Close enough. And then I look up, and there's Molly Brown. But Molly was offended because you got, like, bag checked and ID'd.
Yeah, I got, like, okay, I shouldn't say, yeah, okay, yeah, I got searched. Like, my bag got searched, and
Actually, this might be a problem because
I was going to say something else, and then I was like, I probably shouldn't say that.
Oh, no, say what you're going to say. Come on.
No. I had my bag, but luckily my bag has, like, ESPN on it. So they're like, oh, you're with ESPN. I'm like, yep. And they directed me where to go. It was nice. But I had to get, like, my license scanned, which, I mean, I do plan on gambling and putting some money down in the sports book. So I'm not, like, that bothered by it. But then Jim just waltzes right in with his huge bag and no ID scan. Did you have to scan your ID, Ryan?
Well, I came in wearing my ESPN Madison quarter zip, and I was carrying about 4 boxes full of remote broadcast equipment. So I think they just knew who I was. They just pointed to where I was supposed to go.
But he looks like he should get searched. Though, you know
like searched.
Yeah, like.
Well, Molly, I think
especially
you're
if
the one,
you're carrying the
according to the
cases.
security guard, that needed to be searched.
Clearly.
I mean, should I be? I'm kind of flattered.
Come to this back room.
What crime does it look like Molly would
Because
commit?
literally the guy, I started to slow down. He's like, what are you doing? You can keep on going.
I was like, we don't want to touch you.
Yeah. Molly's, we just needed to make sure she was all right. You know?
Savage.
They did see Jim wearing that sick Tyson Bagent jersey. That is what that is, right? Is that
It is a Caleb Williams jersey. But shout out to Tyson Bagent, got paid. A little nice success story. In tears, kind of circling the internet right now. Bears backup quarterback, undrafted free agent. Not quite the Brock Purdy story, but a guy who's had some starts, looks like a quality backup quarterback. He got a 2-year, $10 million contract, maybe like half that's guaranteed. But his story was about how his dad grew up in West Virginia, didn't have running water until he was in high school. And anyone knows anything about West Virginia, it is a poor state in general. So Tyson's like, I don't know anyone that makes like $100,000 a year, let alone now that I'm making millions. So, and he was in tears and was pretty emotional about it. So kind of a cool story. I also necessarily don't really care for him because you get a section of Bears fans that just want Tyson Bagent to play because everyone, no matter what, wants to back up the play.
So is he your guys' Sean Clifford?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's better than Sean Clifford and 20 years younger, but yeah.
I was going to say he's got room to grow still.
I say because he played not last year but the year before, and he was a competent.
Yeah, he's a competent backup quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, he's different than Malik Willis and how they play, but the way Malik played for the Packers was kind of like what Tyson did for the Bears. The numbers weren't spectacular. I think he went 1-2, but he looked capable and okay in that time, and he looked good in the 2 preseason games he played. So it's just a lock up the backup sort of thing there. And for that kind of money, that's not a lot to pay, $5 million, especially when you're not paying your starting quarterback a lot. You can pay that. It time's up, realistically. The time's up that either they pay Caleb, or if Caleb isn't the guy, if they think Tyson is, they can pay him again.
Time's up with that rookie scale quarterback.
It does.
My kid is named after him.
Yeah.
No.
You chose Tyson Bagent. You're like Tyson Bagent.
Tyson Bagent. That is who I'm naming my kid after. No.
Okay. But I did mention it in the open there. We did pass George Webb's. Nobody said anything because the closest George Webb's to Madison is, I think we looked it up, was Oconomowoc.
Yeah, 50 minutes away from Madison.
Yeah. And that's not – I wouldn't drive 50 minutes from Madison for George Webb's, free or not. And and that's – it's not a direct affront to George Webb's, and we're going to have Matt Hamilton on. In full disclosure, we taped with him earlier because it's a 6-hour time difference with Matt.
We're not teleporting locations, Jim?
Right.
Come on.
We're not in Scotland?
Yeah.
Hey, come on. We're pretty good
Molly's
at what we
back
do.
at home, and I'm back at home, and then we're going to be back here in a change of clothes for me, too. I would say, but I did kind of say some of this with Matt, but George Webb's to me it's bar food. It's after the bar food. I'm sure people can enjoy a breakfast there, but it is not food that I would drive 50 minutes for a free burger for. But I do want to ask this question, 844-770-3776. Carl was talking text line, less is more. How far would you drive for free food? Because I do think it's fun marketing. The story behind it is the original George Webb said if the Brewers ever won, or I don't know if it was the Braves at the time, whatever, but a Milwaukee baseball team wins 12 games in a row, everyone gets free burgers. And they've just kind of honored that. And I think this is the 3rd time it's happened. Is that correct?
This is the 3rd time, yes, in team history. It happened in 1987 and then in 2018, I believe, when they won 8 games in the regular season and the first 4 games of their playoff
But
run.
did that one happen? Because Craig Counsell doesn't remember it.
Well, Craig Counsell has never seen a George Webb. It's not that he remembers that it didn't happen.
Now, to be fair, George Webb's, with all due respect, not remarkable to the sightline.
Maybe not.
All right,
You could easily blend them into a Denny's or a...
So where do you think Craig Counsell was eating when he was in high school? What was his spot?
Do you go to diners when you were in high school? Not George
No,
Webb's.
but okay. Well, if you were going out for burger with friends, where are you going?
At his age, probably McDonald's.
That's basic.
Yeah, but
that's so Tiffany brand. No wonder he wanted to go to the Cubs.
Okay, but he is all right. What is he? 55
McDonald's
years
is Tiffany brand?
Yeah, it's like
What?
It's like Macy's.
What are you talking about?
old? He's trying hard.
He is.
He's trying hard to endear himself to the fans that hate me. But
I don't.
Also-
I don't need to endear myself to
yeah,
this
yeah,
man.
yeah,
I can
that's
just
true.
say I'm not Jim.
McDonald's, true. McDonald's is especially so let's say 45 years ago when he was 10 to high school age, that's not not very bougie. McDonald's at that point was still kind of coming up.
No, but
it
I
was
just
kind of
mean
probably had a better reputation.
it's it's like a Fortune 500 brand. It's so generic. It's so You find it everywhere. George Webb's got character. It's unique. It's for the community
I don't want
of
food
Milwaukee.
with character.
Why not?
Burgers.
He doesn't want his food to be kitschy.
Yeah, true. Jim hates kitschy.
Tim in Oregon says he would drive the 2.1 miles into Oregon for free Culvers. Yeah, man. Same.
That's a good pick.
See, that seems more up like Craig Counsell speed.
I would
Some
drive.
Culvers.
I would drive if I could get a free butter burger like Culver's meal. I might drive a good half an hour for it. I think as long as I don't have to wait in line. Like if I just get there and they're like, we have it just ready to go.
I could do that.
Like, they're pricey. Because honestly, and I should look this up ahead of time. How much does a George Webb's burger cost to begin with?
It can't be much. It can't. If it's more than $2.50, I'd be shocked.
Now, don't get me wrong. I
No
do
way
think
is it
the
$2.50.
overall promotion of this is fun.
It's
but
fantastic.
844-770-3776. Carl was talking text line list says more. How far would you drive for free food? Because if you're in Madison area, you have to drive about 50 miles.
50 minutes.
Have you
50
guys
minutes,
ever
excuse me.
waited for food before? Like
at
the
Culver's?
George Webb?
Culver's is long.
Like what's the longest you've waited for food before?
Like for free food or just like when you go to a restaurant?
I'll say free food in this situation.
So that was the other thing we kicked around a little bit with Matt coming up in the next segment here is that like there's a line of like if it's a free Ruth's Chris burger and I get to eat it fresh, like made to order, like I might wait like a half an hour. But like I like a George Webb's burger or whatever the equivalent is, a McDonald's burger, whatever. I'm just pass. But also in this specific case, Riley, like you as a big diehard Brewers fan, there is it's the community of it. So like that's the different part of it. Of like, would I wait? Honestly, I'd wait in line longer for I think I saw the ESPN Milwaukee put out that there's like Pat's Pancakes free T-shirts.
Yep.
I would wait longer for that, not just because it's a free T-shirt, but because it's like that's a little bit cooler, and I would enjoy that more. It wouldn't
kitschy.
hurt my stomach.
So I asked because myself and my mother, after I graduated high school, Krispy Kreme did a promotion where they gave every 2020 grad a free dozen donuts. And the nearest Krispy Kreme from my house back in Janesville was also, I think it's near Oconomowoc. It's somewhere right outside Milwaukee, Brookfield, somewhere like that. So we drove an hour to wait another 2 hours for a free dozen
For the
donuts from
donuts?
Krispy Kreme.
How
That
good were
donuts
they?
cost like 25 cents.
No, Krispy Kremes are a little bit
Okay,
pricier.
$1.
It was
Krispy Kreme's
Now,
bougie.
It was
I'm gonna
worth
defend
it.
him a little bit because if I was right, you had ever had Krispy Kreme before, like once or twice, or how did it?
Yeah, no, I'd only had it one time before that. So I was like, I'm willing to wait.
Okay.
This is going to be an event. We're getting our free Krispy Kreme.
Now here's the question. Along with your free donuts, did you also order more donuts because you waited in line so long?
Yes, we ordered like
Okay.
2 extra dozen donuts.
Okay, and see, that is incredibly smart by Krispy Kreme for doing that then.
Did you have to stand while waiting for 2 hours? Did you get to sit at least?
No, they only, because it was COVID, they only had the drive-through open. So we sat in our car in
Dude, you almost died of carbon
standstill
monoxide
traffic.
poisoning.
Yeah.
My God.
But I do get it a little bit, and this is different than the George like Krispy Kreme because that's one of those places like Sonic was a big thing for a while. It's like you never had Sonic, and I knew people that were like when it wasn't in Madison, you see the commercials like, and they would drive like an hour. They're like, you know what? I just want to have Sonic because it looks so good, and I want to see what it tastes like for the like experience of it. Krispy Kreme is one of those donuts where it's less now because now you can gotta get it in the store and like other places kind of sell it. But there was a moment where like it was hard to get. There wasn't one in Madison. There was one for a little bit in Madison, and then it's kind of got like a reputation. Like if I'm trying to think of like a,
I would think like Cold Stone, right?
Well,
Cold
I was
Stone
thinking like
Creamery?
if Wawa Burger came around and they were giving away free burgers,
Okay.
you kind of know of it on a national scale. You might be inclined to go wait in line for an hour for like a free
It was
burger.
almost like when Chick-fil-A first came to Wisconsin,
Yeah.
when that was not popular and you had to drive to like the nearest town, like in Fond du Lac, remember they had one? That was what
Fond du Lac
you had-
doesn't have one.
They don't?
Nope.
Oh, I think Appleton was the first one, which is great because it was 10 minutes from my house. But there were people who would drive and wait 45 minutes just for Chick-fil-A, and they would come from like Green Bay.
For what it's worth, a hamburger on George Webb website, this includes fries, so take that for what it's worth, $8.34.
So I don't think you get the fries. So you're
Cut off like $2.
So, yeah, like Riley, I'll ask you, you're a big Brewers fan here, and then we'll go back to talking text line 844-770-3776. This car was talking text line. List is more. We're asking everyone how far would you drive for free food. Like, you're a big Brewers fan. Were you inclined, or did you, like, to go to Oconomowoc to get the free burger. Because, I think it's a great promotion. I think it's really fun. I think it's cool the Brewers did it. I just wouldn't want to eat the burger or wait in line for the burger. That is, if you look at the photo, Matt's infamous hot dog looks appetizing, and then the George Webb burger. It's one of those things where
they look like peas in a pod.
I wouldn't do it. Honestly, the line would be the worthwhile part because then you're just around other Brewer fans having a good time.
Exactly. I think if my friends, because I have some friends who live in Milwaukee, if they had invited me out to go to George Webb and just spend the day hanging out with them, we get the burgers, we have a good time, definitely would have done it. But this morning, once I saw the picture of the burger, I was a little less inclined to drive 50 minutes. And to my knowledge, my friends weren't going either. So it would have been great. I would have loved hanging out with other Brewers fans, and I totally see where you're coming from. I love that camaraderie aspect. But for this burger, I'm not driving that far.
Wait, hold on, Riley. How are you going to drive to Oconomowoc, get your free burger, and then be back in the studio in time to run the show today?
Exactly. Well, this was before I knew I was producing the show, when I could have theoretically made plans to go do it. So,
okay. So
that would have been
I was thinking
difficult.
there was a world where Riley was realizing while in line at George Webb, oh, wait, I'm supposed to produce JM&M today.
If I got there right at 2, I think I could have made it back. Get there right at 2, wait in line for an hour. And then I'm hustling, and I'm back here like 5 minutes before
Riley
the show
would have
starts.
risked it all for a George Webb's burger.
Now,
The story would have been
good. Do they have drive-through, or is it literally just you have to go in?
No, my understanding it's like a Denny's or
okay.
I think there used to be a lot more. I don't think there one in Cedarburg that I went to that like at bar time. Like that's the only time I ever went there.
Yeah.
I don't think that exists anymore. They were a little bit bigger. I think they've shrunk down some as well. But 844-770-3776. That's Garbage Talk text line. Listens more. I also just learned something new from Riley here. So, Riley, were you born in Janesville then, too? Just curious.
No, I was actually born in Madison. I was born probably like 10 minutes away from the studio.
Okay, because I was born in Janesville.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, because I lived
Let's
I
go.
lived in Fort Atkinson until I was 10, but for whatever the reason, I don't know if the hospital in Fort wasn't ready yet or if that's where my parents decided to go, but I was born in Janesville.
I'm just realizing Riley has a striking resemblance to Jim. Don't you agree, Molly?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Lost brothers? Yeah.
Or something.
Wait, Dad?
You just made this weird, Ryan.
Yeah, you really did. 844-770-3776. We got a few people chiming in here. Dan and Stoughton said, last summer we went out to Yellowstone and we were staying in Gardner Mountain. I was craving a double deluxe from Culver so badly that I drove 2 hours to Billings to get it, then 2 hours back to the hotel. In hindsight, it was a poor decision.
Was Dan and Stoughton pregnant? Like, I mean, the only time that I've been like, I have to have it.
Culver's burger.
That's the only time that I've ever been like, I need to have this right now. Which, like, for me, when I was pregnant, it was like I always wanted a fried chicken sandwich. Like, that is what I wanted, and fries.
Tier 1 Tyler says, George Webb promos 4 burgers for $5 when the Brewers score 5 runs. The burgers are flatter in the promo than a regular burger, almost like kid-sized. And that's kind of what that photo looks like there. What was Tier 1 also said, it's a diner. George Webb's is a diner, open 24 hours. Apparently the breakfast can be popular there, too. Tim in Oregon said, I went to the original Krispy Kreme in Chattanooga 29 years ago. You could see them make it. Warm ones are ridiculous.
That was always fun when you could watch it on, like, the conveyor belt. Yeah, that was really fun.
Vince in Hartford chimes in. Riley has a real argument as the nicest guy I've ever had the privilege to know. That said, the fact that he spent 3 hours earning free Krispy Kreme donuts when he could literally have spent 3 hours working minimum wage and made a net profit leaves me questioning everything he's ever told me. So that's Vince in Hartford there. So I don't know if you guys have a relationship.
Thank you,
there,
Vince.
Riley,
yes. I'm assuming that was former ESPN Madison intern Vince.
Okay,
that's what I thought.
Gotcha.
Wow. He's coming after you, Riley.
And then we had Robin Madison. Do you guys know the song I Drove All Night by Celine Dion / Cyndi Lauper?
No. What do you mean slash? Like, like
Cyndi Lauper sang it first, and then Celine Dion made it famous.
I was like, do you think they're the same people?
The cover is more famous than the original type
Yes,
thing?
yes.
Ah.
I'm not 100% sure Cyndi Lauper's is the original, but that one came before Celine Dion's.
Haven't heard it. Which one's better?
I don't know. I like Cyndi Lauper. Celine Dion's a little bit loud. And I was like Cyndi Lauper. You want to add more to it?
No, that was it. That was my Celine Dion impression.
So the song goes, I Drove All Night. It's really referencing a booty call. Like she drove all night to meet, like, for love. In this case, love. But so in that note, Rob said he drove 3 hours for a booty call. Does that count in this conversation?
Oh, my God. Can you say that on the radio?
Why not?
I got on the radio.
What do you mean? You're the only single one here.
I just want to know more about Rob's experience. I want to do a YouTube-only edition of Jim, Matt, and Molly. Just ask Rob, question, answer.
Christian Manister's Water says Riley made it this weird, yet Jim dreaming about Molly isn't weird. Come on, Jimbo.
Hey, boy.
Look, I didn't drive all night in my dream. I just made her cry. That's all.
Okay.
On that note, it might be a good time to get to Matt. We might need to go to Norway.
Well, first I want to hear about Potawatomi from Molly.
He's not in Norway, by the way, either.
Scotland. Oh, that's right. I'm an hour ahead of time.
Oh, my gosh. Well, you guys, let me tell you about Potawatomi Sportsbook. We are here today. We're here for the ESPN Wisconsin Fantasy Football Draft. I'm so excited for that. The Sportsbook is literally right next to us. It is beautiful. It is grand. When we got here, I just wanted to stare at it the entire time. There's so much to look at, so many different things going on. It is beautiful here. We have these kiosks right here, right in front of us. I think I'm going to have to make some bets. Are you going to make some bets, Ryan?
That's a dangerous game, Molly. And once I get that started, I can't stop.
Well, I don't know. I want to. I want to go make some bets. But if you are looking to maybe play some future bets on the Green Bay Packers or anything in the NFL, head over here to the Potawatomi Sportsbook in Milwaukee. You won't regret it. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I think we asked Jim, would you potentially have your wife on Jim, Matt, and Molly? That's what we wanted to ask you.
If she wanted to, I don't care. I mean, for an interview, she's looking at me right now. I mean, I'm sure we could be open to an interview sometime.
We could bring her on now.
Taylor Swift joining she rolled her eyes at me like my 12-year-old does, so I don't know.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube. Let's get the latest from Lambeau.
There's no second chances. There's no do-overs. We're definitely primed to take that next step. That's the focus and the goal.
This is your green and gold fix on 100.5 ESPN.
It takes a lot of hard work, dedication, sacrifice, pain to get to where you want to go.
This green and gold fix is driven by Metro Ford.
With the departure of cornerbacks Jair Alexander and Eric Stokes this offseason, it seems as if two-time All-Pro kick returner and cornerback Keyshawn Nixon could be elevated to the Packers' top corner this year. After last season's wildcard loss to the Eagles, Nixon said he doesn't want to return kicks anymore. But earlier this week, not the case.
I don't ever want to take myself out of the return game. I know playing corner is like a heavy load on myself already, but I know my ego is not going to let me, game on the line. I'm going with the ball in my hands at the end of the day. I don't think nobody can mess with me when I got the ball in my hands.
Nixon certainly exuding confidence ahead of the season, but we will see what the Packers decide come September 7th. I'm Alex Stroh.
Purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Ford at Metro Ford of Madison on the east side today.
Step into nostalgia with the Miller High Life Dive Bars of the Month. Listen to Jim, Matt, and Molly every Thursday to find out where you can enjoy the best High Life specials in Madison. Plus, to celebrate our love for dive bars, we'll be giving away a case of Miller High Life to one lucky fan every Thursday. Live the high life with Jim, Matt, and Molly and enjoy the champagne of beer in its natural environment. Like Chief's Tavern, The Rail House, Ideal Bar, The Wisco, and Remington's Tavern.
Milwaukee baseball was born in the Emerald City, but any ties to the Pacific Northwest were cut loose decades ago. Pella has an interesting history as well. Born in Pella, Iowa, but their century-long history of crafting quality windows and doors there continues to this day. Designed with innovation and rigorously tested for quality and performance, get long-term energy savings and durability that lasts for years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Order by August 31st and get 0% interest for up to 5 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Hi, I'm attorney David Gruber. After an accident, you need a trusted winning team on your side. For more than 30 years, Gruber Law Offices has helped Wisconsin families get the results they deserve. If you've been injured, call our firm today for a free consultation. We're available 24/7. Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
She was sweet until she met jalapenos. Introducing Pizza Hut's new Spicy Hawaiian Lovers Pizza, part of the $12.99 Hut Lovers line from Pizza Hut. Get one of their 4 large topping-packed pizzas. Meat lovers, pepperoni lovers, veggie lovers, and the new Spicy Hawaiian. Just $12.99 each for a limited time only. Head to one of their locations or order online on the Pizza Hut app before it's gone. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut. Additional charge for extra toppings, pan, stuffed crust, and extra cheese.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love, with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
At Siding Unlimited, we're really excited for the fall season. Not only are we proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, we are also fired up for an exciting fall season cheering on football and volleyball. If that's not enough, we're really excited to share with you that Siding Unlimited is Wisconsin's best window and door installation team. Siding Unlimited is a Pella Platinum Premier National Contractor of the Year award winner 5 times. Looking for new windows and doors? Visit us at sidingunlimited.com or stop by our beautiful showroom in Madison.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
The search for luxury begins at Audi Madison. Save $5,500 when you purchase or lease a new 2025 Audi Q7 55. National customer credit is good toward the purchase, finance, or lease of a new Audi, but is only available until September 2nd. Stop in and test drive today. Check out AudiMadison.com to see current inventory and specials. Start your adventure at Audi Madison today, off the Beltline and Rimrock Road.
Hey, Matt Hamilton here to tell you about the delicious Odyssey Brands, a family-owned company crafting award-winning cheese right here in Wisconsin for over 4 generations. Made with locally sourced milk, Odyssey brings bold, Greek-style flavors straight to your table. From savory, crumbly feta to rich and creamy Greek yogurt, every bite is a taste of tradition and quality. You can find Odyssey products at most major retailers nationwide and online. Odyssey, crafted in Wisconsin, loved everywhere, dairy done right.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
God knows I am reincarnated. I was stargazing. Life goes on. I need her, my babies. Woke up looking for the box.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented by Coors Light. Jim Rutledge and Molly Brown. We'll be back with you live at Potawatomi after this segment. But you know what? Matt Hamilton is international, Mr. International, Mr. Wide, Matt Hamilton, the curler. And we will work around his schedule. So clearly this is a taped segment. But Matt, where in the world are you today?
I am in the town of Charleston in Scotland, about a half hour outside of Stirling, which is where our competition's being played. Had a couple practices so far. Did a little bit of touristy stuff while we've been here. So far so good. Been a good trip so far.
Fantastic. And the curling gets going for you in a couple days. Then is that when the tournament gets started?
Tomorrow is the first game. We play at noon and 8:30 tomorrow and on Friday, and then we'll find out if we're playing in the playoffs on Saturday and hopefully the final Sunday.
Can we watch on Peacock?
No, but it will be streamed. I could maybe send you a link that Ryan could share later.
Perfect. Yeah, that sounds fantastic. Matt, while you're gone, obviously I don't think they have line and Kugels out in Scotland. So what lineies are you missing?
Oh, I mean, what Liney's am I not missing right now? Don't get me wrong, Scottish beer is fine, but it doesn't have some of the flavor like some of these Liney's beers, like the Liney Lodge Lime, a fantastic Mexican lager with a pinch of lime and sea salt, outrageous. There's always the tropical hazy, the summer shandy is great, and the lakeside cherry, all good. But the one I'm missing the most is definitely the juicy peach, because Leinekugels has a flavor for every moment. And that moment right here on a beautiful Scottish sunny day would be a juicy peach out on this patio, without a doubt. But I am missing Leinekugels and can't wait to get home and get myself a juicy peach lakeside a little bit later this month. So looking forward to it.
It's the first time we've all been together. Honestly, we're still not in the same place, but and obviously I was on vacation. I enjoyed the Liney's, that lime one. It just has like that good vacation vibe flavor to it. So I know what you're talking about there, Matt, but it's good to be back with you. We're not going to play necessarily what Matt missed, but we did have Pat the designer on, and he hosts the Chicago Bears podcast for the Chicago Bears and ESPN 1000 ESPN Chicago there. And he had some interesting takes, and I thought his takeaway on Jordan Love, as far as maybe where he's projecting to, and we talked to Jason Wilde about this yesterday, was an interesting take, and I'm glad we have you today because I wanted your thoughts on it as well.
And I know you don't represent the entire city of Chicago, but I just have to know, like, what do you guys actually think about the Packers and Jordan Love? Does he?
Well, there's always the, I don't want to say big brother complex because I feel like that's giving you too much credit, but there's always that feeling of like the Packers may do it again, right? Until we start to fight back a little bit more in the rivalry, that's always going to be there. But for me, as a Bears fan, Jordan Love is everything I hoped that he was going to be for the Green Bay Packers. Just good enough that you can't get rid of him, but maybe not good enough to get you over the hump.
And that's a take that, I mean, honestly, I feel like that was a troll take I had a long time ago, that was my hope when Jordan Love had his first year with the Packers, was he was going to be good enough to get paid, but not good enough to actually earn it. And it is one of those situations. You look at like a Kirk Cousins, that Pat referenced later in an interview. You can listen to that whole thing back on the new ESPN Wisconsin app, but and also on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. Jared Goff comes to mind. There's a lot of quarterbacks that fall into this sort of thing where they're good. And they are, and if we go off the athletic tiers, and I think right now Jordan Love's 12, which is tier 2. Tier 2 is a good quarterback. Tier 2 is a quarterback that, my quarterback isn't. Caleb Williams isn't tier 2 yet. He's not top 15. But for me, over the last, and we can debate how long Jordan Love has played or how much of his career counts. But at this point I think 12 is fair. He feels like a guy that'll live between 12 and 8 for his entire career, which is really good. And honestly, the only issue there is the contract. But Matt, what were your thoughts on Pat saying that, that Jordan Love right now is kind of that weird catch-22 of he's good, but he's not $55.5 million per year good. And that's kind of a weird catch.
Yeah. Right now, I can't say he's wrong, right? Because we haven't gotten over the hump with Jordan Love. But me and Molly have put a lot of credit to this take that we co-founded together as a group think that she definitely contributed to. I think that Jordan Love has to prove it this year. Like, I'm done making excuses for Jordan Love. He's his first year as a starter. I gave him a little bit of credit, or maybe a little bit of a longer leash, because first year starters, even though he's been in the league for a couple years prior to that, he was able to really kind of find his footing. And by the end of the year, he did pretty well. And then last year, that knee injury seemed to be more of a lingering injury than I guess we initially hoped after that Eagles game down in Brazil. So I gave him a little bit of extra leash for that. I mean, and now he's got the thumb thing, and I'm like, I'm over it. I need to see what you're capable of, because I don't want to live in that kind of weird quarterback purgatory where your quarterback is good and you're a perennial playoff contender, but if you're never making that next step to Super Bowl contender, I feel like you got to keep looking if you don't think it's the guy. But he's definitely being paid like he's a Super Bowl contender, and that he obviously got the contract off potential that they believe that he could be a Super Bowl contender. So I'm just waiting to see it so I can fully buy into that.
So Ryan did mention that
in the text there that he's one spot in front of Dak Prescott. And I don't want to go with the Dak Prescott compare like Mr. Mid is what Matt has called him.
Well, actually, some slight correction there, Jim. Jordan Love is one spot behind Dak
Oh,
Prescott.
even better. Okay.
The QB tiers.
So, but forget that, the tier part of it. Dak is a comp, not in the way that they play, but he is a comp in he was paid too much. Because he was on that, because he was a later pick, so he didn't have that like rookie deal that was able to extend long, so he got paid earlier. And I think the sin for Dak Prescott, like Cowboy fans get upset with, and they have right now, they struggle with, is that if he was getting paid $45 million and not, I mean, I don't know where Dak is now, but didn't he just get a big deal? But yeah, if he was getting 45, everyone would be like, this is a sweetheart deal. It's kind of like Baker Mayfield. So honestly, the view of a guy like Dak and Jordan Love and Baker Mayfield, or even Jared Goff, are also affected by how much you're
Trevor
getting paid.
Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence is another one. And like, it's so, I mean, Mal, you can go here, but like, if Jordan Love, the hard part is if he stays at this level, he's going to ask for $70 million. And now it's gonna be like, do we want to pay him that when wasn't a $55 million quarterback? The contract escalation is the bigger issue in the future.
But also Dak Prescott, numerous years in a row, he's been an MVP caliber quarterback until he gets hurt. Like, that is what's crazy, where it's like, in that aspect, I would take Dak Prescott over Jordan Love. Not full all the time, but like, Matt, I mean, what do you think about that? I know you love to say that Dak is Mr. Mid.
Yeah, I do. And I don't disagree with you. He definitely has some solid regular seasons when he is healthy. I'm hoping Matthew Golden can maybe be CeeDee Lamb-esque, at least as far as like a really good go-to guy for your quarterback, because I think Dak Prescott has benefited a bit from having some good pass catchers. And I think we're finally getting to that point. These young guys that we have, like Dobbs, Watson, Reed, are starting to come into their own a little bit. And they've also been around the block and are able to maybe make to that next step, or at least see what they really are. But that said, Mr. Mid, Dak Prescott, seems to struggle in the playoffs, and that's really what matters the most. And I will say, the first year Jordan Love made the playoffs, even in that game against the Niners, he looked very poised. He looked comfortable in that role, which is something I don't know if I will admit, I don't watch every Dallas Cowboys playoff game, but from the games I have seen, I thought Jordan Love looked like he had a little higher level of comfort in the playoffs. So again, we'll kind of see how that ends up shaking out this year. But if he's Dak Prescott, we should be thinking about drafting quarterbacks.
So, right. Well, and it is funny. I was listening to a podcast in Chicago, and they had a writer on from The Athletic talking about how halfway through Jordan Love's season, that was the Caleb Williams draft, that there was talk in Green Bay of like, should the Packers be looking at a quarterback in the draft halfway through Jordan Love's first season as a starter. But you bring up, again, I think that's projection. I have not watched a ton of Cowboys playoff games to know if Dak looks rattled or not. But for playoff stats, Dak averages 280 yards passing per game. He has 14 touchdowns, seven interceptions with a completion percentage of 64.5. And then Jordan Love, 5 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 226 yards per game, and 678 total yards. Neither one of those are kind of reaching what they do on a peak. I mean, last year, statistically, the 49ers game was below average, and he threw a back-breaking interception at a horrible time. He did not need to throw it at that point. That was an unpoised moment. And then obviously against Philadelphia, 3 interceptions. And again, that we don't have to go specific to game, but my point is, if the Packers make the playoffs and lose again, the narrative around Jordan Love is going to mirror the narrative around Dak Prescott in playoffs.
It certainly is. And it's definitely something
you could go like,
because we record our takes and it can be brought back up. Matt, what do you think?
Because if I wanted to be if I wanted to be a troll, I could be like, he played a terrible Dallas defense, and then when he played the 49ers in Philadelphia, top tier teams, he wilted in the playoffs. And his best game was against a team that always fails in the playoffs. Now, I'm not actually saying that, but I'm saying that that's the take that he's one, you talk about pressure for quarterbacks. He's one more bad playoff game away from being the guy that is more can't get it done. If he has the exact same season this year as last year and the year before that, but take away the one playoff win, the narrative is going to be written completely different about Jordan Love. That doesn't mean he can't change, but it will be a different narrative about what he can be. It'll be more of like, what is he?
So I guess I'm curious, how far does Jordan Love then need to make it in the playoffs to make you think that he's not Dak Prescott? Is it an NFC championship? Because Matt, you brought up our point earlier of this is his final year to prove it to us who he is and what he's going to be as the starting quarterback for the Green Bay Packers. Like, I feel like when I've talked about what he needs to prove to me is just be consistent, be a consistent, good quarterback. And I'm good with that. I have not made any measure of like, you need to win 1 playoff game. You need to win 2 playoff games. You need to win the division. I've never said any of that. So I'm just curious, like, where in your guys' minds, like, what does he need to do in the playoffs in order to differentiate himself enough from $60 million Dak Prescott?
So for me, right now, especially with how difficult this NFC North division feels like, I'm with you. I'm more concerned with regular season consistency because there's a very good chance the Packers are going to be like the lower seed or the underdog in the first round of the playoffs again. And depending who you get matched up against, like last year we had Philly. I didn't have super high hopes for that game anyway. Like, they're a very good football team. Obviously, they proved it by going on to win the Super Bowl and knocking off the back-to-back champs in the Chiefs. So I guess it would kind of depend on the seeding. Like, if the Packers have a really good regular season, Jordan Love looks good, and they make the 3 seed and they're playing the 4 seed or the 5 seed, I would expect a win there. And if he didn't win, I would start to at least entertain the idea that he might not have the poise that I'm hoping for in the playoffs, or that he might be a little closer to Dak Prescott than, like a Patrick Mahomes, somebody who might not necessarily always be great in the regular season, but when he gets to the playoffs, he goes full dog mode and is able to carry a team to the next game and get that win. So for the most part, I'm with you, Molly. I'm looking for regular season consistency. Where the Packers finish, like if we're a 6 or 7 seed and we're playing the Lions or the Eagles or a team that is viewed as a better football team, I wouldn't be like, oh, they lost that game. I guess maybe if it was an absolute disaster, but if you lose by 10 and, the offense looks okay, but the defense can't stop the opponent, then long story short, I don't have a full expectation for what I need to see in the playoffs out of him until we know where we're seated in the playoffs and if we make the playoffs.
See, and Matt, and for me, just in general, playoffs, it's more of like play how you play in the regular season. And he's actually hasn't done that any games. Like the Dallas game was like the best game he ever had in his life. San Francisco was a below average game for him, even on a regular season level. He was inconsistent in that, and even obviously the Philadelphia game too. But the way you just described Jordan Love is a guy who is the tier 2 quarterback. It's Dak Prescott. Like Cowboy fans would be like, well, it's all about who you play. When you had Aaron Rodgers, it wasn't about who you play. It's a matter of like, we got Aaron flipping Rodgers, we're going to win. So I think subconsciously there, you're at the position. Doesn't mean that you think it's doesn't mean it can't change, but I just think you kind of revealed mentally, you view both of you as Jordan Love is like, he's a top 15, maybe 12th best quarterback, maybe 10th, but like the guy you can win with, and not maybe because of just with those answers you've been given. It doesn't mean you can't have hope that he won't be that, but I think that's where both of you view him at right now, is that like, hey, 12's fair. Like we can win with him, but hey, if we play a team that's better, then I don't know, we probably won't win. But you never thought that with Aaron Rodgers.
I also think there's something to be said that the baseline that we're setting for Jordan Love is literally the bare minimum. Just be a consistent quarterback. That is so bare minimum. As you were talking, Matt, and I'm in alignment with you too. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm in alignment with you. But as you're talking, I'm like, holy bleep. Jim could say this exact same thing about Caleb Williams.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what I want on Caleb. Yeah.
And Caleb Williams is not getting paid $55 million a year.
That's a rookie scale deal.
The golden ticket.
No.
Hey, look, I guarantee you right now, the Commanders are thrilled. They are happy. They are very happy. Same with Houston right now as well, because they haven't had to pay CJ Stroud. Like they're very, very happy. They'll have to make that, but it more has to do with time to make the decision. And that's where the Packers, like, I'll ask you guys this. If the Packers, I guess it's hard to say because the stats are there, but I don't think Jordan Love gets the highest paid deal. I think his deal's more in line with Jared Goff if his contract had come up now.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, if his contract comes up like at the end of this season, I guess if it was right now, I don't think he's getting that $55 million a second time, right? Like, I think if you asked most of the Packers front office, like at this point, I think they would all agree, and I think a lot of fans would. He's a little on the overpaid side. I mean, look at what Brock Purdy just got though. So who
like
has
Brock Purdy
had
money
success in the
playoffs? I feel like it was like 53, wasn't it? It was less than. It was less than.
Well, it was less than Jordan Love, but
it was 5 years,
I think
265. So average of 53. You're right. So 7th amongst quarterbacks. But then the other part of it is that it wasn't record. So like honestly, if Jordan Love came in at 55, even now, but it's not that it's just not being the top tier guy. Like at 55 now, would he look even better than what it is when he got it? And so like, yeah, I think the Brock Purdy contract is the contract that Jordan Love would have gotten now. I mean, there's a pedigree with Jordan being a first-round pick, but we're all in agreement on that. I want to get a couple quick things in here because we are Molly and I are out of Pato and the fantasy draft's going on. Ryan's going to be picking for you, Matt. Are there any must-haves? Molly and I will do our best not to take them for you, but or you might have to talk to Ryan ahead of time, on the DMs or whatever, to make sure that is there a player you don't want on your team? Maybe that's easier, so that way Molly and I won't steal them for you.
Don't worry, guys. I'll make sure Matt Hamilton's quarterback is Dak Prescott. First off,
oh my
first
God.
pick.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. Well,
Dak
I know
Prescott is one player I do not want.
You want the kick? Do you just want the kicker just because kickers don't matter? Do you want McNamee? Or was that the guy? I forgot
exactly. The Packers kicker who went
the backup
2 for 3 in the preseason game. No, I mean McNamee, elite name. Like that would look so good on a jersey. First of all,
right?
Was it?
No, as far as must-have players, again, it really just depends what my draft position is. Obviously, if I'm one, I want Chase. I did have a plan in one of my other fantasy leagues to get Joe Burrow because he is just a point-scoring machine in fantasy football. So that is a quarterback that I would love to get. I have a feeling that he is going to go a little bit higher than his ADP, where I play with a bunch of fantasy football people that think they're smarter than everyone else. So I got Joe Burrow a round and a half behind of where he should have gone. I don't think that's going to happen again for this, but I wouldn't mind taking a little bite at the apple for Matthew Golden. I think Matthew Golden is going to be.
Yeah. I always try to talk myself out of taking Bears. Well, for two different reasons. One, the Bears offense is wildly inconsistent, but just in general, it's not even that you're a fan. It's just that for me, it's honestly the NFC North in general. It's like the devil I know. So it's I lean towards, I look at my roster every year and I'm like, dang it, I got all my guys on the same bye week because I just drafted guys that I knew I've seen play, and they end up all being in the NFC North, basically.
Wait, Matt, I have to ask you for some fantasy advice. Justin Jefferson, do I try to get him or not? You know I'm a big JJ fan, but because he has McCarthy behind center now, what do I do? Do I pick him or do I say, nah, he's not going to be as good this year?
I would be less worried about McCarthy and more worried about his hamstring because those are injuries that linger season long. Obviously, don't want to deal with a guy who's going to be on and off the bench due to injury. So, that's my only hesitation because let's be real, McCarthy's going to get him the ball. That is the Vikings' best asset with the ball in his hands. He is a terror on the field. But if he only has one hamstring, then he's not going to take you very far. And again, I think consensus before this injury was announced, he was the 5, 4, 6 roughly. You got to have a pretty early draft pick to get him. But if for some reason you can catch him late in the first or early second round, take Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, I would say, Molly, if you're in the back end of the first round and he's still sitting there because people are worried about McCarthy / hamstring, then it's very worthwhile. I would take him there if he's sitting late.
If your second overall pick, I wouldn't touch him.
I'm gonna get the first pick and I'm gonna pick Jamar Chase. That's what's gonna happen. So I'm just.
Oh, I thought you meant Chase Claypool when you guys talk about Chase. No. Matt, I want to be nice about this because I'm honestly, it's really cool that the Brewers have won the 14 games in a row on the George Webb burger, but it is weird, and maybe it's just for the experience of it. I'm not waiting in line for a George Webb's burger. I'm not really going to voluntarily eat a George Webb's burger before 2 a.m. And every place has a purpose, and that's George Webb's purpose. And the breakfast, I think I've had it once, twice. It's fine. But like I said, the George Webb's in Cedarburg was like, hey, like walk there because it was close to the bar and like stay there for a few hours and then go drive home. Like that's what George Webb's was for. Like you'd hang out there. I think they even allowed smoking in George Webb's, like that one. So like it's just cigarettes and like diner coffee and like maybe a burger just to like soak up the Coors Light. So the question I'll ask this is like, how long would you wait? And like, what's that scale of quality food to how long you wait in line for free food? Like, that's kind of where I want to know if like, you know, like I'm not waiting in line for a McDonald's or a George Webb's burger. You know, like I'm not waiting in line for a fast food diner burger. Now, like a Ruth's Chris for free, that might get me a little bit in line, but again, waiting in line, I hate that. So it's got to be really good.
Too many people around.
Well, it's also just like I'm so impatient. Like I hate traffic. I hate waiting in line. Like just not moving. Like I'm someone that I'd rather just I'd rather go out of my way in the road, like go take a side road to keep moving than just be stuck on the more direct line. I can't handle just being still.
Yeah, I get that. For me, for this George Webb situation, it wouldn't be about the burger. It would be about like getting in line and being with a bunch of other Brewer fans and having that story that like, yeah, because let's be real, it's only happened 3 times in the history of the Brewers since George Webb started doing this. It's one of those things that and if history tends to repeat itself, which it does, there's not going to be a whole lot of opportunity in the future. It's not like this is going to happen like every season. So like, this is something that I would consider just for like the experience and the story, the bit that I could have on the show. If I were to drive to a George Webb's and get that free burger, I could talk about the fans I hung out with. We talk about like the Brewers experience. Like that's where the opportunity for this, I think, is like the greatest. The burger looks fine. But you know me, I'm better than any chef out there. So I wouldn't want to wait.
I grant you this. You could make a burger 100 times better. I will 100% grant you that.
Oh, I love that, Jim. I love that you finally caved to my side.
Yes.
So yeah,
Molly, how long are you waiting?
Do I have my kids with me or not? Because if I have my kids,
let's go. Yeah, no. Let's go. Sans kids. Yeah, nobody's waiting. With kids.
Okay, Okay, for free food. I love free food. Food always tastes better when it's free.
Yeah, but how does it sit with you after?
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. I would wait 30 minutes. That'd be my cutoff. That's as long as I'm taking. Like, how long do we think that these lines at George Webb are going to be today? Is it going to be crazy, or are people kind of like over it now that the Brewers had 14 wins? Now they've lost a couple. Like, how big are people going to be still into this?
I wonder if I don't know what the food cost on this is. It's great marketing by George Webb's. But I would imagine like, hopefully they're doing it not to give free advertising. Like Chick-fil-A does a very good job of like, you get in and out. So hopefully they have this like, hey, these are, I don't know, much quality is being lost if they're sitting around a little bit. So it's literally like, hey, walk up, here's a bag with a burger in it, get out of my face. Like, let's keep it moving. Like, let's just keep it moving. Because if they're trying to get people to sit down and fill the restaurant, it's gonna be a nightmare for everyone. So hopefully they're allowing people to like just grab and go and get out of there for it. But Matt, one last thing before we let you go. So you were on the show with Jesse when he did and I don't think we really have the ability right now to play the ooh thing that Jesse did.
Yeah.
Do you know who the Pillsbury Doughboy is?
Yes, I certainly do.
And the Pillsbury Doughboy makes the same sound, correct?
It's close. Jesse did have a little giggle at the end of his ooh.
Yeah.
Pillsbury Doughboy to me is more of a woo.
Yeah.
So I don't think the inflection was perfect, but I do think that if you were to poke Jesse in the belly like the Pillsbury Doughboy, he might go ooh.
And Jesse crossed my mind because I'm like, he would absolutely wait for a George Webb's burger. I'm sure he is or has already today. So
are you saying he has a snack face or what?
Yeah, he does. We know he does have resting snack face, and I don't mean that in a mean way. It just looks like if I see Jesse Nelson, like this guy wants snack. Like it's just the smile on his face. It's just his eyes. I don't know. Again, Molly, you said Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh wants snacks. Pillsbury Doughboy wants snacks.
Honey, right?
Yeah.
So wait, what is the most fair comp? Pillsbury Doughboy, Winnie the Pooh, or a real life version of Bobby Hill from King of the Hill?
I mean, will always be Bobby. Always be Bobby.
Yeah, aesthetically, it's definitely Bobby. But I do get some Pillsbury Doughboy when I hear that. I didn't until you mentioned it, but now that you say it, I can't get it out of my head.
Well, because the video of it, like he kind of does wiggle and wave his arms when he says it too. So it's just Pillsbury Doughboy's lovable. It's just what this is what when I saw it, I was like, nobody else is gonna bring up that this is the Pillsbury Doughboy, but
I'm glad you pointed it out though, because I can't unsee it now in my head.
Maybe we can get him to wear for Halloween the outfit and kind of do a who wore it better.
Oh my God, that'd be amazing.
That would be a top tier costume.
Maybe he'll do it for the actual. Maybe we'll get some positive interaction on our social media from this show for once. Matt,
hold your breath, Jim.
I upset Brewers Nation again, so whatever.
I know. I saw it. It was like 170 replies on it, and all of them are like, You're not going to have a job in a year.
Yeah.
Jim is eternal, people. He is not going anywhere. You don't understand. Jim's got the power gauntlet that Thanos has. He is inevitable.
Yes. I like that. Yeah. I decided to go full troll and just started being like, yeah, fire me. Let's just do it. But Matt, hopefully I'll still be around when you get back. You're back in that first week of September, right? After Labor Day?
Yep. I think was the first day of the month, the 2nd. That's not a weekend.
You're right. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. So
first of the 2nd, I'll be back, and I'm home for a short minute, and then I'm away on another adventure.
I will say I have a newfound respect for you because with me going to Arizona, it's only a 2-hour time difference, and it has taken me so long just to recover from that, and maybe that's because my kids are all wonky now too, but the fact that you travel and right now you're 6 hours ahead, props to you. Newfound respect for you, my friend.
I mean, I will say when I get home from my trips, when I don't have a very regimented schedule like I do when I go on trips, it's way harder for me to get back to our central time zone. When I go here, it's oh, you've got practice at 9:30 in the morning. You got to get up and go do that. We want to experience some things while we're here in Scotland. So there's a pretty good plan. I'll come back and I'll be napping like I usually do. And I'll never get on the right sleep schedule. And I'll be all wonky too. So I definitely, because I'm sure you were fine when you went to Arizona because you had things that you wanted to get done.
Right.
So hopefully I can try and find a routine and bounce into it. Because unfortunately for someone who likes to live in the chaos and be Peter Pan and do whatever I want, whenever I want, to get back on that sleep schedule, I'm going to have to be regimented, which sounds just awful. Maybe I'll come into the office. Maybe that'll be my thing. I show up at the office at 9 a.m. just to do it, and then I'll leave and come back for the show.
Can't wait.
Yes. Yeah. Well, Matt, we miss you on the show. Hopefully we'll talk to you next week too, and we'll get some predictions when you're back in person for the Packers season, because we'll still be able to talk with you before the Packers season actually starts there. So, Matt, thanks for hopping on. Molly and I are going to go back to live at Potawatomi. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
Matt and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Starion Bank, with 3 Madison area locations in Middleton, Sun Prairie, and Monona. Starion Bank is here investing in your community. Start your experience at starionbank.com. Member FDIC. Year number 3, crucial for Luke Fickell. Can he help Wisconsin return to bowl eligibility and beyond? Legendary coach Barry Alvarez putting his faith in Fickell, his reasoning on the kickoff episode of the Barry Alvarez Show.
We have the right person in charge. Luke understands the Big Ten. He knows how to win. I think he has his feet on the ground. Wisconsin's a difficult place. I mean, you have to understand this place as far as where to recruit, with the type of players that fit here, the type of football that can win here.
Full episode available on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
For long-lasting comfort and reliability, our craftsmen make it easy to trust Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Right now, get 0% interest for up to 5 years at PellaWI.com.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Clinky Cleaner CFO Sean Young.
The local part is what's key for us. Madison is a local community, and that's what I look at with James Imaging. When I talk to our account rep, he's local.
James Imaging Systems, AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, digital transformation, and great people.
I'd say the people at James Imaging are the top of the line for us. They know us, we know them. They take the time to listen to us when we have questions. They make it easy.
And Sean Clinky Cleaners makes it easy for their customers too.
Yes, at Clinky's, we need to be the expert in the field. We want to make life easier for them, and that's what James Imaging does for us.
Sean, any advice for others?
I would say give James Imaging a call. They've been great to us.
James Imaging Systems. Call 608-221-3457 or visit jamesimaging.com. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
When it comes to your health, do you want to buy something online or do you want to meet with someone local? A local doctor with a family-owned business that cares about you. That's right, you want to meet with Nestor Rodriguez and Ashley Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. You have questions about cryotherapy, red light therapy, hormone replacement treatments, GLP-1s, or you just want to have a great workout. Carbon World Health is there for you. They have a new location in Sun Prairie and they have their original location in Madison. So when it comes to your health, there's nowhere better to go than Carbon World Health in Madison and now in Sun Prairie.
Want to join the fastest growing home solar company in the nation and work in the fastest growing industry in the world? Everlight Solar has open positions in the Madison area and in their newly opened Milwaukee location. As Wisconsin's largest home solar company, Everlight Solar offers great opportunities to gain new skills and advance your career. Don't miss the chance to join the Everlight Solar team. Visit everlightsolar.com to apply today. Save money, save the planet, and start with Everlight Solar.
Hey, Matt Hamilton here to tell you about the delicious Odyssey Brands, a family-owned company crafting award-winning cheese right here in Wisconsin for over 4 generations. Made with locally sourced milk, Odyssey brings bold, Greek-style flavors straight to your table. From savory, crumbly feta to rich and creamy Greek yogurt, every bite is a taste of tradition and quality. You can find Odyssey products at most major retailers nationwide and online. Odyssey, crafted in Wisconsin, loved everywhere, dairy done right.
Zimbrick Honda has been a proud part of the Madison community since 1973. They're your one-stop shop for over 250 new Hondas to choose from. Whether you're looking for a sedan, SUV, or truck, their selection of new vehicles is second to none. Stop in today at their location on Fish Hatchery Road and lease a 2026 Honda HR-V LX all-wheel drive for as low as $249 per month. Or browse their vehicle selection online at ZimbrickHonda.com. That's ZimbrickHonda.com. Shop local, shop Zimbrick Honda.
Your fantasy draft is here. The Smack Talk is starting, and this season, ESPN Bet is giving you more ways to ride with your squad. Introducing ESPN Bet Fan Center, where you can instantly link and bet on your fantasy teams right in the ESPN Bet app. An enhanced sports betting experience only from ESPN Bet, the sports book for sports fans. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
We're brought to you today by GNC. Hope I'm not interrupting your workout routine, but the GNC Live Well sale is going on right now. Buy one, get one 50% off everything in the store and at GNC.com. That's right, everything. Protein, pre-workout, creatine, vitamins, supplements, and so much more. Go for it all and don't miss out. At GNC, nutrition isn't just the department, it's the whole freaking store. You got goals, GNC has results. Visit your local GNC store or go to GNC.com.
Preseason football is underway and college football is here, so don't miss any of the action this season on PrizePicks. PrizePicks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and if you get your picks right, you could cash in and win up to 2,000 times your money. PrizePicks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. PrizePicks invented the flex play, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. PrizePicks is the best way to win real money this football season. Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your sports opinions into real money all season long on PrizePicks. PrizePicks is the best place to win cash while watching sports. Join millions of users and sign up today. Download the PrizePicks app today. Use code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, run your game.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
No sleep till!
If you're looking for an energy drink that supports your wellness goals, well, Zoa Energy is the answer. It's packed with natural ingredients, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants for a clean, focused boost without the jitters. Co-founded by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Zoa is vegan, gluten-free, and comes in a variety of bold flavors. Caffeine is from green tea and guarana, and it fuels endurance and mental clarity, whether you're hitting the gym or grinding through your workday. Low in sugar and big on purpose, Zoa isn't just about energy. It's about living better and giving back.
She's Molly Brown. I'm Jim Rutledge. We are at Potawatomi Casino and Hotel. We were hanging out in the sports book, tried to play some bet. Didn't work. We're going to do it in a little bit here. We do have our rewards play set up then as well. Jim Rutledge, Molly Brown with you. Primetime Lorisheim with us as well. We got Riley Yauk back at the Everlight Solar studio. We did have a few people chime in. Before we get to the bets, 844-770-3776. That's Carpus Talking text line. List is more. The bets that Molly and I placed. I did want to get to the talking text line from a few texts that we missed when we played the interview when Matt Hamilton was on. Obviously, that was taped earlier in the day. But Sadler of Pat McAfee's show fame says, to me, Jesse Nelson is the real-life Bobby Hill and the Pillsbury Doughboy all in one.
I forgot about that conversation.
I did too.
Jim from Madison with the message of the day so far. George Webb is to burgers what Marlott is to liquor.
Merlot, isn't it?
No, that's a wine.
Marlott?
Marlott is like...
It's Malort, right?
Malort, you're right.
Malort.
I was saying it wrong. Malort.
So is that
Malort.
what is that?
It's a black licorice liquor.
Ew.
It's
And
gross.
it's
It's so bad.
It's not. It's similar to like the idea like deep dish is not actually Chicago pizza. It's more that thin tavern.
Yeah.
Like, It's not really a Chicago thing, but
Okay.
It got attached to Chicago.
It got to it. It got attached to it. Like
I
it is
see.
some, but now it's almost more of like you try to get the like tourists to come in and do it. Or
which
it's like
is-
I'm trying to think of what the. I mean, like it's like the idea of like a schnapps. Like nobody really likes like a schnapps for a shot, but like to just do like a weird, nasty shot just to like as a rite of passage sort of thing.
You only do it around the holidays type thing. Yeah,
Like
exactly.
you know it's like it's not because Jaeger's good. Like, but like I would say like I like Jaeger bombs. And,
Jaeger man.
Yeah, I like Jägermeister. But it's not so like it's better than that. But like Jaeger's one like I just do it around the holidays every once in a while, and it has to be ice cold.
Yes.
Yeah, like out of the freezer. Someday.
I haven't had a Jaeger bomb in years.
Oh, that was my drink. That was definitely my drink.
What if Molly was just going home every night to the kids, be like, Jaeger bomb, let's go.
Jaeger bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mark in Janesville, compare Jordan Love to Justin Herbert. Both are nice QBs in the regular season, but need to show up and prove themselves in the playoffs.
Speaking
off
of
of our
Herbert.
Jordan Love conversation there. But Molly and I have placed some bets, so before we get the break here, we have to officially place them. But here's what I have. Now, I'm betting $40, so I might have to thin one of these out here. But I have Caleb Williams winning the MVP, plus 3,500. FAU winning the conference, American Conference for football. That's plus 15,000.
Hoot, hoot.
Chicago Cubs plus 1,600 to win the World Series. Matt Shaw to win National League Rookie of the Year plus 4,500. Yes, on the Bears to win a playoff game was plus 400, and Ben Johnson winning Coach of the Year plus 650.
And this is
I'm
only
a nut. Hey, that's
40
not a bad one.
No, I'm gonna have to thin one of those out. I was gonna do a bunch of $10 bets.
Oh, okay.
But when here it was either 50, I wanted to do $50 worth of bets. The ATM here makes me do either 60 or 40, and I was like 40 is probably more responsible.
Oh, okay. All right.
I like the Ben Johnson one though.
Yeah,
That's
no.
a
So
good one.
and the Matt Shaw one is honestly feels like really smart bet because he's probably like third or fourth right now in NL Rookie of the Year, and so he gets one hot streak, and I win some cash.
Your homerness is coming through though.
But they're all long shots though.
Yes.
Like
See,
I
and
know
that's-
that they're all gonna
yes.
be $10 bets,
Right.
And it's gonna be long shots. I'll
But
play
you
four
could
$10
win a crap load of money if any of them come true.
So I will say before Molly gets to her bets, there is one person who replied to the photo on the at ESPN Madison X Twitter post
Yeah.
of Jim standing at the sports kiosk deciding what to bet on.
Yep.
Adam Johnson replied to that saying the Bears to have a top 5 draft pick in 2026 minus 500 odds.
That's probably
heavy
not right.
favorite.
Yeah, it's probably not. But
saying there's an 80% chance the Bears are a top 5 draft pick.
Yeah.
I would be happy with that, wouldn't
I'd
you?
love that.
Okay, so
hater.
100% I'm a hater. Why wouldn't I be? I actually have a different approach to the way that I'm placing my bets versus how Jim is. Jim is doing the long shots. I'm doing the ones that I'm like, you know what? I might not win as much money, nowhere near as much money as what Jim could potentially make, but mine are more realistic, okay? So my first one, Jamar Chase, most receiving touchdowns.
Okay.
Which, if that one hits, that'd be awesome for here at the sportsbook. But 2, it would also be awesome because he's on one of my fantasy teams, and he's going to be on my fantasy team tonight because I'm going to get the number 1 overall pick. But that's a side question. But okay, so I got that one. Then my next one is the Denver Broncos to be the division winner in the AFC West. So that one's a little bit more far-fetched. That one's plus 300.
Not crazy.
No, it's not crazy, but, it's the Chiefs.
Spicy pick.
Yeah, I like Bo Nix, so that one's exciting. My next one, I don't like that I bet on somebody in the NFC North because therefore I have to root for him then in this sense. But I have Jahmyr Gibbs, most rushing touchdowns. That's at plus 900. And then last one that I have, speaking of Justin Herbert, at plus 2,500, most passing touchdowns in the regular season. So I am going to place $40 worth of bets, and I could potentially get paid out $465.
All right, this is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
Security for your home and family. You want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
Hey, this is former Badger Brad Norton.
That's a fake. Great call and great execution.
You're listening to a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good evening, Madison. My name is Riley Yauk, and this is your Sports Center update, brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors, Wisconsin's premier roofing, siding, and window contractor since 2002. Visit them at ridgetopexteriors.com. The Milwaukee Brewers are back in action tonight after a disappointing doubleheader yesterday in Chicago. But if you're worried about the mindset of Milwaukee, Brandon Woodruff has some words to soothe your anxiety.
Coming off 14 wins in a row, you feel like you can't lose another one. Then when you lose 2 in a row, it feels like the world's falling apart, but it's really not. So we're doing just fine, I promise. So we'll be ready to go tomorrow. I think we're in a dang good. I think we're in a good spot. We're playing really good baseball, and look, you're not going to win every game. That's a good team over there. We know it. We're also a good team. So.
That doesn't cheer you up. Some more good news for the Crew is shortstop Joey Ortiz will be in the lineup tonight. Ortiz hit a ball off his knee last night and had to be removed from the game, but thankfully he is good to go. The Miz will be back on the bump for the Brewers, facing off against former Brewer Colin Ray. First pitch slated for 7:05 Central with pregame coverage beginning at 6:30.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special. Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's going to swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow.
People like me.
I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
We're learning a lot about each other.
No idea. Irrelevant.
Or aren't you happy they lost rather than losing to the Cubs? Because then you'd have to listen to Cubs fans like Jim Rutledge.
Honestly, I am so flattered that I am just like an obsession amongst petty Brewer fans and petty Wisconsin sports fans like Alex Strofe and other ones.
Wow.
If I'm able to get you to shut the mic down, I mean, Jim probably put you in his pocket half the time.
Yeah, he did.
It happened occasionally.
You're his pocket pancake.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison, alongside Molly Brown, here's Jim Rutledge.
It is hour number 2 of Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented by Coors Light. If the mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
I'm Jim Rutledge. I have the power at Potawatomi Casino and Hotel in Milwaukee with Molly Brown and Primetime Wollersheim. We got Riley Yauk back at the Everlight Solar studio. You can get into the show, 844-770-3776. That's Scarborough Talk text line. List is more. And maybe we'll crowdsource some bets that Molly and I could place. What are they?
We just heard the computer back at the Everlight
And that was
Solar
me.
studio.
That was me sending an email, and yeah.
Oh, because you sent an email that Riley just received?
Yeah.
I had the that computer currently still on from my SportsCenter update. So,
well,
nice.
Full disclosure, I believe I was responsible for multiple dings during the Matt Hamilton interview because we had to do that on Teams, and I was getting emails.
Well, I didn't even hear that.
I don't think we heard
so I just heard him on my end.
Yeah.
That's great. So, yeah.
Jim was all nervous about that.
I honestly thought, well, not nervous, but I was, what are you going to do? Like, I couldn't undo it. But we're here. We're here for the fantasy football draft. So we have a few minutes here, and then we got to kick Molly out for a minute to win it. I wanted to ask our fans. I don't know if we'll post this on social because I don't know the best way to ask it for a social question, but a sliding limited poll question. Like, what is your policy on drafting players on your favorite team for fantasy football? Like, do you avoid it? Do you lean into it? Because, and we asked Matt Hamilton this, because there's two ways to look at it. Like, one way to say it is like, all right, I want to draft my favorite players because I want to see them do well, but you are definitely probably overinflating their value in your own head no matter how much you don't want to. You can talk yourself into it for fantasy football because, look, it's fantasy football, so who really cares? It's kind of pretend, so it's like, well, maybe I will. It's like my $10 Caleb Williams win MVP bet. Why not?
Yeah.
And so, like, for this thing, it's like, all right, I need receivers hanging around late. Maybe I'll take Luther Burden or Olavide Zacchaeus or someone and just take a flyer on it. And then later on, you're like, why the hell do I have this guy on my team? I also find myself with a lot of NFC North players because it's just a lot. I end up watching a lot.
I was going to say, those are the teams that you're going to most watch,
Yeah.
so you're going to understand how those players play.
But then the trade-off is like, I kind of want to be able to see who I am drafted, and I kind of want to know who they are instead of just off a piece of paper. So 844-770-3776. Call Talk text line. List is more a siding limited poll question. Do you draft players from your favorite team on your fantasy team?
See, I don't have a problem with drafting somebody that's on your favorite team because either way you're rooting for that player, right? You're rooting for that player to do well. I more so have a problem with, like you said, getting the people in my in my team's division, the NFC North in my case, because then it's like, okay, now I get like exactly what I just said for the Jahmyr Gibbs thing. Now I kind of got to root for Jahmyr Gibbs to get the most rushing touchdowns, which kind of stinks because at the same time, I'm hoping that he sucks. But it's like now I have to root for him because he could make me money. And it's the same thing to me for fantasy football.
See, I love hedging my bets that way, though, too. Because
Why?
especially when it's, I know, like Justin Jefferson in the division, like I know I always hate when the Packers have to play him. But even then, it's like, even if he is cooking the Packers, at least my fantasy team's killing it. Like,
But
there's always a bright side.
I get that because I always get Justin Jefferson on my team, and he crushes it year after year. But, like, that also sucks to do at the same time because you're like, damn it, I don't want Justin Jefferson to be this good against
But
us.
the thing is that if he's not that good, then it's like, oh, but great, then my team's killing him, and we're doing awesome. So you're winning no
I
matter
do that
what.
more
It's a
for
win.
like bets. Like for right now, like for like one of the Pato bets I was considering is like, all right, Brewers odds to win the World Series. Maybe I just throw $10 on it because I'll be less up. Like I'm not gonna be that upset to begin with, but like if they win some money. Like why
And
don't
hedge your emotions? It's a good idea.
Well, no, for me, also like the further the Brewers go in the playoffs, the more money I make, anyways. Like on the sales side of things. So it's like, man, I don't really care. Like go to the World Series,
Win more.
Yeah,
Keep
go
winning.
to Game 7.
Us at ESPN Madison are all Brewers fans,
Yes.
Jim included.
Yes, because it does cha-ching. Jeremiah Madison asked where the Jesse Nelson hotkey from last week was. Has that been removed because I compared it to the Pillsbury Doughboy? We asked Matt Hamilton about it.
No, you just heard it there. It wasn't
Makes me
in our
uncomfortable.
recorded interview with Matt Hamilton because we didn't have that capacity to play it during the interview. But yeah, Riley, as you can hear, is still going to be playing it whenever we need him to.
Daniel Landscaper says, I avoid Packer players like the plague, usually unless I have to. Jeremiah from Madison also says, draft with your head, not your heart. Riley, I haven't gotten your opinion on this. Where do you fall on the Jesse Nelson comp? Like, what is the fair comp? We asked Matt Hamilton this. Is it the real-life version of Bobby Hill from King of the Hill? Is it Pillsbury Doughboy, or is it Winnie the Pooh?
I don't know if I'm comfortable saying either of those. I haven't seen King of the Hill. I don't want to call him the Pillsbury Doughboy. The laugh is kind of similar. Winnie the Pooh, maybe, but I don't know how Jesse feels about honey, so it's kind of hard to make that comp.
No,
Jesse wears
Wait,
pants.
No, you guys.
Exactly.
This is weird,
know.
but Jesse. This is weird, but Jesse does like honey. I know this for a fact.
Okay, maybe Winnie the Pooh.
He puts it in his tea because he is like the only tea drinker in our office, and he drinks tea with honey.
Pooh
he
likes
likes
his tea with his honey.
Ooh.
It sounds like he said poo. Poo.
I can't wait till we see Jesse here at the ESPN Wisconsin Fantasy Draft later tonight.
What do you think Jesse would
who's
classify?
poking him in the belly?
That's
Who's
you.
taking the one for the team and
That's
poking
all you.
Jesse Nelson in the
That's
belly.
all you.
Maybe actually, I think we should have Pablo, our social media guy, do it because then we can get a great video. Hey Jesse, pop, and to see if he goes. Woo-hoo.
Yeah, just see what his authentic reaction is, what
Pablo-
authentic sound he makes.
Pablo,
Yes, exactly.
Pablo can do what I do to my kids when I boop
so
their
mean.
nose, and I'm like, boop.
Can you, Pablo? Do you mind booping Jesse in the stomach when he gets here? Thank you, appreciate
Pablo
that.
looks so uncomfortable right now, as he should.
Great teammate there, Pablo. At least he's a better teammate.
We won't report you to HR.
Than I am.
Jesse might though.
Justifiably.
Well, there's an HR violation to poke someone in the stomach to see if they go hoo-hoo.
I don't know, Jim. I'm just kidding.
I think it's an HR violation to ever poke a teammate.
Whoa.
Hey, what the hell is going on out there?
Is it bigger a violation to poke a teammate or take him to a Coldplay concert?
Poking at a Coldplay concert.
A Coldplay cut. Never mind. No. Whoa.
Whoa.
Ryan, relax.
Whoa, Nelly.
We're at work.
We're on the radio.
What?
Jeremiah's enjoying the show.
You're welcome, Jeremiah.
That makes one of us.
J&K Security Solutions, they are veteran-owned. They are locally owned. They will protect your home or your business. So give Jeff a call over at J&K Security Solutions if you need to protect your home or business. They will give back to the community, and they'll make sure that your home and business are safe. At J&K Security Solutions, we got to do minute to win it here, so Molly's got to go.
Oh, sorry. I got to go get my rewards card.
All right. Can you start to fill one out for me, too, if you get one done first? Because I want to get my bets in as well.
Molly's showing me other private talking text line cops from Jesse Nelson right now, so we got people chiming in on the garbage talking text line. Let's just say that.
All right. So what is the category here?
All right, so since we are at the ESPN Wisconsin Fantasy Football Draft, we had to make minute to win it fantasy football related, right, Jim?
Yeah.
So we have two options, and I want you to pick because I think you would have a better opinion of what is easier here.
Okay.
So fantasy football, do we want to go based off of players who were the highest scoring last year, or do we want to go with the top 10 ranked players for the 2025 fantasy football season? Now the rankings are a little weird because those are more subjective, right?
Yep. So let's go top 10 from last year.
Okay, so top 10 just based strictly off points, and this, for context, are the PPR points, the standard fantasy football league that most people play.
Okay.
All right, so over-under, so doing the top 10, so what are we setting the over-under at?
I mean, it should be a rundown of I imagine
big
she's
names.
looked. Yeah, so I'm going to go 6.5. It is just her. So.
6.5? Matt, if this was Matt, I would definitely say a high over.
But I think she can just name players. You can name some running backs and probably knock it out.
True.
We can go 5.5. That's fine.
I think 5.5. I don't like to affect the line, but I think this one will be 5.5.
That's fine.
All right, and
you have the list in front of you, so you do know maybe it's harder than I think it is.
There's some surprising ones on this list.
Okay.
All right, so we need 2 callers, and the George Webb burgers are being given away from 2 to 6 p.m. today. So
DJ Jazzy Jeff chimes in with Fred Flintstone as a comp for Jesse.
Yeah, okay, that was a popular comp. I'll just say that. So why don't we go callers 2 and 6 for a minute to win it today, Jim?
Caller number 2. I think he's more Barney.
Who's Barney?
Yeah, I think Barney is a better comp than Fred Flintstone.
Yeah.
If we're going Flintstones
from
comps.
The Flintstones? Oh, I thought you meant like Barney the dinosaur.
No, Barney from the Flintstones. Barney the dinosaur works too. You can see him going, I love you, you love me. I can see Jesse doing that.
Jesse does give that dinosaur vibes, for sure. Yeah.
All right, what callers?
Caller 2 and 6.
Caller number 2, caller number 6, 844-770-3776. Caller number 2 and caller number 6, 844-770-3776. You will be entered to win at least a $25 gift card from North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. Might even be a $50 gift card from North and South Seafood and Smokehouse if you pick the right over-under for Molly Brown on minute to win it. Caller number 2, caller number 6, 844-770-3776. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
Because I'm out on Kelsey.
Clipped Laporta.
I'm out on Kelsey.
You
I don't like
despise Travis Kelce.
I do.
God, if Jim
his
was
hair,
here,
his last name, everything. Yeah, he would be like, "What? Him and Taylor Swift are great."
if Jim was here, he would just be screaming at the both of you right now.
Literally,
Oh my
exactly.
gosh, he would be losing
This
his
isn't even
mind.
a question.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
Hey, it's Molly Brown from Jim, Matt, and Molly. I've been drinking ZOA Energy for a while now, and I absolutely love it. ZOA is my go-to beverage when I need a boost without the crash that comes with other energy drinks. It's packed with natural ingredients like vitamin B and C, electrolytes, and has zero sugar. It fuels my workouts and busy days. I recently had twins, and I have a toddler, so I need all of the energy I can get. Head over to ZOAEnergy.com to find the location nearest to you to pick up some ZOA for yourself. ZOA Energy for balance and drive.
It's the summer sales event at Metro Ford Madison, and the deals are still heating up. Drive home in a 2024 Ford F-150, Bronco Sport, or Mach-E with 0% APR for 48 months, $20.83 per $1,000 finance. But wait, there's more! Get a 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty on new vehicles and 90 days with no payments with approved credit. But hurry, these hot offers end September 2nd. Head to Metro Ford Madison today and visit MetroFordMadison.com.
Hey, this is Jeff Levering with the Brewers Radio Network, and I've got a question for you. Is your home ready to shine this season? Whether it's roofing, siding, or windows, Ridgetop Exteriors is the name you can trust. For over 20 years, Ridgetop Exteriors has been Wisconsin's favorite for roofing, and they bring that same expertise to siding and windows. Imagine vibrant, low-maintenance siding and energy-efficient windows that brighten your home while cutting energy costs. Ridgetop Exteriors holds all expert-level installation credentials with the leading manufacturers, including Pella, James Hardy Fiber Cement Siding, and LP Smart Side Engineered Wood Siding. With thousands of 5-star reviews and a commitment to excellence, they're the clear choice for home improvement needs. Plus, consultations and estimates are always free, so there's no reason to wait. Call Ridgetop Exteriors today or visit ridgetopexteriors.com to schedule your free consultation. Ridgetop Exteriors, putting customers first every time.
Ridgetop Exteriors is the place for you.
One call, that's all. It's not just a slogan, but a way of life at Gruber Law Offices. If you've been injured, call our team today. We've represented tens of thousands of injured Wisconsinites for well over 30 years. Trust Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
If you're looking for a special piece of jewelry for any occasion, Condon Jewelers is always there for you. Condon Jewelers has the best selection of jewelry you'll ever find and guaranteed to have the lowest prices in the Madison area. Free shipping is always available. Visit CondonJeweler.com or call 241-3406 and ask for Jim, the owner, who's at the store every day. Shop locally. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Electric bills are out of control, but with federal incentives, you can go solar with zero upfront cost and start saving hundreds a month. Badgerland Exteriors and Solar is a local and family-owned company, and they make the switch to solar simple. No pressure, no hassle, just honest.
AJ with Badgerland Exteriors here. Contracting made easy is more than a tagline. It's how we run our family business. Visit BadgerlandExteriors.com to get started on your next project. That's BadgerlandExteriors.com.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, a special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
ASMR. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. We are at Potawatomi. Molly Brown blessed us with burping in our ears.
Okay, we don't have to tell the world.
Well, that's why
Stop
if I
it.
came in and I said, is that an ASMR? Just burping in someone's ear. I don't know.
Well, we did have that on the show last week while you were gone, Jim, with Jesse Nelson hosting the show. He did do a little ASMR eating burgers live on the air.
Did he actually?
He did.
From
just
George Webb?
Not George Webb.
I'm done.
Not
At least,
George. I'm out.
at least it wasn't honey. That would have been nasty.
Oh, he might have put honey on the burger for all I know.
Honey is popular. Never mind.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, I went to
settings?
I went. Well, okay.
Sticky.
I went sticky. Icky sticky. No, I went to this pizza. I went to this pizza place in Arizona with my family, and I've had honey on pizza before, but that was one of their specialty things was the Jersey Shore pizza, and it was a hot honey with
I like the hot honey.
some kind of different cheese. I can't remember. It was really good. But honey's making a comeback. That's all I gotta say.
Like Kim Kardashian.
Kim Kardashian's making a comeback?
Is she not a no?
What?
It's a joke. I'll make to you later. But it is.
Don't look at me.
Okay.
I've been putting honey every once in a while in my coffee because apparently if you have honey or cinnamon in the morning, it helps your body process glucose or things like that better. So then you can burn sugar off better during the day. So a little bit of sugar, something like honey or cinnamon in the morning, can then help you maintain the rest of it. This is things that olds learn as you go along.
Well, it's funny you say that because I started putting lemon in my water in the morning because they say that is supposed to help your what did I tell you? What was that thing called? Whatever the
you're pointing to your arm.
No,
your
it's
bicep.
it's your nerve system something. I'll have to Google it.
So the health benefits for honey in your coffee is a lower glycemic index than table sugar, meaning it causes a slower release of glucose in the bloodstream.
It was the lymphatic system.
Lymphatic system,
That's what it was,
yes.
Yeah.
And it has some people say it has antibacterial properties, but it will has antioxidants and some vitamins and minerals. So,
the more you know.
A little bit there.
Is this going to be our minute to win it?
Yep.
Okay, great.
Why does Jesse know?
Nelson.
And it's brought to you by North South Seafood and Smokehouse. 3 great locations, one in Madison, one in Verona, one in DeForest. You can go to any one of those great locations, have a great time. You can carry out. You can have it delivered. You can go to the Rutledge family favorite one in Verona. Regardless, whatever one you go to, you're going to have a great time at North South Seafood and Smokehouse. All right, let's play Minute to Win It.
Will they beat the odds
I say everything with pure confidence, whether I think I'm totally right or not.
or crumble under pressure?
I legitimately know one of these. I legitimately have one.
This is the Minute to Win It, presented by North and South Seafood and Smokehouse, with 3 locations in Madison, DeForest, and Verona.
I know where it is now.
So, Jim, what did you just lose that anyone watching the ESPN Madison YouTube stream would see you picking up your laptop, looking under everything?
My mind.
To try and find. What did you lose?
Completely lost it. I lost my pen. And I know where it is. I kind of want to go get it because I like the pen. It's at the rewards play table.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I filled out with my own pen. I'm going to go get it real quick. You do this real quick.
All right. Yeah, we can do that.
You guys got it. I'll be right
Come
back. Yeah,
on.
I'll be right. Take me 2 seconds. You got it.
All right.
All right. Anyways. All right, so, Molly, today's category that we had for you, since we are at the ESPN Wisconsin Fantasy Football Draft, it's got to be fantasy football related, right?
Okay.
So,
I didn't think about it, but yes.
So, Jim did help me decide that the easiest option would be who were the top 10 scorers in fantasy football last year in ESPN's fantasy football app. And now this is PPR, the standard fantasy football formats, right? So nothing crazy, nothing out of the ordinary, all right?
Okay.
And it's the top 10. So your timer starts right now.
Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase is number 2.
Justin Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson not in the top 10.
No way. That's
He was injured
crazy.
a few games.
I guess he was. Okay, running backs. Would Jahmyr Gibbs be up there?
Jahmyr Gibbs was number 6.
Okay, I got to think of wide receivers and running backs.
How's she doing?
Christian McCaffrey was out all year. I'm not doing good. Thank you for asking.
She's got 2 so far.
Would Isaiah like? This is
Isaiah
bad.
Likely?
Yeah, he was a tight end.
Top 10 finisher.
I
in
know that's
fantasy
bad.
football?
Wait, I can't think of any wide receivers and running backs. I'm getting nervous. God, Devon, no. Puka Nacua.
Puka Nacua not top 10 either. He
This
missed
is a
games
dumb
as well
list. All
throughout the
right,
year.
I'm gonna suck. I'm sorry.
the most basic list possible.
I know, but I don't play fantasy. I play fantasy and then I don't play fantasy. I suck at this.
I'll be like Mariah Carey. Sweet, sweet fantasy.
Yeah, no, this is terrible.
Over my head again.
I don't know.
All right, you got Jamar Chase and Jahmyr Gibbs. That's number 2 and 6 among the top 10 fantasy football.
I'm not in it to win it. I'm distracted today.
Okay, well, I
Too
did
many
say
bright lights going on.
I did say I thought Matt Hamilton would have destroyed this list.
Yeah, he would have because he's a nerd.
He'd be very disappointed in you because while you might think it's a lot of wide receivers and running backs, quarterbacks still score the most points in fantasy football.
Yeah, I should have probably asked what.
Yes.
Okay, but that's interesting to me because I literally was listening to like Jen Game and Chewy 2 weeks ago, and they were going through the list of like the top people to get for this
so those
year's
are the
draft.
top projected rankings because those running backs and wide receivers relative to the rest of their peers at the position are so much better. But
I thought it was by like the top scoring though.
No, not the projections.
So like Josh Allen would have been on this list.
Josh Allen is number 3 on this list. Lamar Jackson is number 1. Joe Burrow is number 4. Baker Mayfield number 5. Jaden Daniels.
So this is
number
all
7.
quarterbacks?
5 of the top 7 are quarterbacks.
What?
And then 8 through 9 are Saquon Barkley, Bijan Robinson, and Derrick Henry.
That's dumb.
Those 3, not getting any of those 3, Molly.
That's stupid. No, that's dumb because now I'm questioning everything. Like, so okay. As I'm drafting tonight, should I be going for wide receivers and running backs first, or then why is this all quarterbacks?
Because what it is all quarterbacks score so many points, but there's so few who really separate themselves with the scoring. So any quarterbacks are more replaceable in fantasy. The best wide receivers, Jamar Chase, he's like the only wide receiver in this top 10.
Yeah.
That's why you want him first because he's so much better than any other wide receiver. His value amongst his position is so much higher.
Well, at least I got him.
You did get him
and who was the
Gibbs.
Jahmyr Gibbs?
Pretty bad showing, not going to lie.
That was a really bad showing. Matt would be good at that list.
Jim set the over-under at 6.5 initially.
Well, sorry whoever took the over.
We do have...
Did Noah take the under? I think Noah took the
Matt
under.
in the greenhouse had the over. Noah and Madison had the under.
I think Noah and Madison is in our fantasy group, potentially. I'm not sure.
He was last year. I can't wait to see him again. All right.
No
I'm
bueno.
distracted by the food.
The food smells so good.
I saw someone else got a plate of food, so like I think we can get it.
I think fans are supposed to get it first.
So coming up here next, you know who I think would have a great opinion on whether Jesse Nelson is Winnie the Pooh, Benny Hill from King of the Hill, or what's his name from King of the Hill?
Mark Tauscher.
Mark Tauscher.
No.
Come on.
Bobby, not
Hill.
Benny.
Benny Hill.
Benny?
That's like an old TV show, Benny Hill show.
Oh, okay.
That is
old
neat.
Cartoons. I don't know any of them.
Not
but
a cartoon.
he would have a great opinion on this coming up next.
You taking the break here?
I'm
Can
trying
I
to
tell everyone about Canopy Wealth Management? Because Molly's spending some money today, so hopefully she has money to invest in the future. At Canopy Wealth Management, they are a fiduciary, which means they're going to work in your best interest. They're fee-free, which means you're going to get the investments that are best long-term, not just for a short-term return over at Canopy Wealth Management. Go to canopy-wealth.com to learn more. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. Presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I think we asked Jim, would you potentially have your wife on Jim, Matt, and Molly? That's what we wanted to ask you.
If she wanted to, I don't care. I mean, for an interview, she's looking at me right now. I mean, I'm sure we could be open to an interview sometime.
We could bring her on now.
Taylor Swift joining she rolled her eyes at me like my 12-year-old does, so I don't know.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
Thinking about going electric? Now is the perfect time at Zimbrick Chevrolet. When you purchase a qualifying new EV vehicle, you could get up to $7,500 for eligible buyers from a federal clean vehicle tax credit. Don't wait, act now, because this tax credit is only available until September 30th. And once you buy your EV, Zimbrick Chevy will take care of you with their certified EV service and top off your charge. Never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
It's a home run! But wait, is your roof ready for the big league storms? If your roof has more holes than a catcher's mitt, it's time to bring in the pros. At Avondale Roofing, we've been handling leaks, repairs, and full replacements with major league precision for over 30 years. And as a GAF Master Elite certified contractor, we bring top-tier quality and proven performance to every job. Whether it's a quick patch-up or full upgrade, our team steps up to the plate and knocks it out of the park every time.
You're out.
Don't wait till water's in your dugout. Call Avondale Roofing today and keep your home in the win column.
Hi, I'm John Hayes of Goodman's Jewelers. It's hard to imagine, but Goodman's has been the diamond store of Madison since 1933, which means your parents, maybe even your grandparents might have shopped with us. We maintain the same high standards, honesty, and integrity that kept them coming back time and again. Keep their history and our history alive. Shop Goodman's Jewelers today in the heart of Madison at 220 State Street. We're online at goodmansjewelers.com.
The best is at Goodman's.
From the biggest stars to the greatest moments, Behind the Bucks is Bucks history like you've never heard it before. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Packers fans, your next quick trip run could score you the ultimate win. Cruising into tailgate season in a brand new Chevy Silverado RST, or blazing the trails on a new Polaris Sportsman 570, or grilling like an MVP with your new Pit Boss Ultimate Liftoff Griddle. Whoa, every dollar you spend at Quick Trip with Quick Rewards earns you a point in the Packers fan zone. So come in and get winning. No purchase necessary. Full details at quicktrip.com/sweepstakes.
Green Bay Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher on Jim, Matt, and Molly is brought to you by Chalmers Jewelers. Chalmers Jewelers, with locations in Middleton and downtown Madison.
I don't know if I'd agree with that, Jim Rutledge.
Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer
Matt Hamilton. Help me out. Who is that?
Wisconsin football analyst.
You know what? It feels like Molly's the only one that's being sincere about that. So, Molly, I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Mark Tauscher on Jim, Matt, and Molly is brought to you by Chalmers Jewelers. Chalmers Jewelers, with locations in Middleton and downtown Madison.
Jim, Matt, and Molly continues live from Potawatomi. Jim Rutledge, Molly Brown with you. Primetime Wollersheim as well. Riley Yelk back in the Everlight Solar studio. We are thrilled to be joined by Packer Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher. And Mark, Molly and I are having this discussion here at Potawatomi. We're here for the fantasy football draft, and there's food. Some fans are starting to eat it. And Molly, who often is like a working teammate at these things, and in general, if you're a working teammate, you're not really supposed to eat. But I was like, Molly, your talent, like, we need to eat. We're allowed to eat. We can talk about it on the air. Like, we have justification to eat. We don't have to, like, wait for the food to be picked over and then go up and eat. Is that a fair assessment?
100%. Yeah, Molly's a big deal. She should go eat. There's no doubt.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the support.
What is
here.
What's the spread? Let's get a little taste. They got George Webb burgers there. What do we got?
Thankfully, no. I love that promotion, but every person I've asked, I won't name names, but every person I've had, even diehard Brewer fans, are like, "Cool promotion. I'm not getting a burger." But
why?
What do we have here? It's 50 miles from Madison to Oconomowoc for the closest one. I don't know. It'd have to be a pretty great burger to drive 50 miles for a free burger.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Molly, do you want to give a little dazzling details here? Just tell Pablo to get
Well,
out of the way.
actually, they have like some, it looks like some pork sliders that are literally steaming right now that look delicious.
Should we just place an order with Pablo and bring it over? Like?
I mean, we could. I'm looking at some chips and guac, I think I see. I don't know what else there is.
Black bean tortilla chips, too, those are.
Okay, why don't you give the dazzling details, Ryan?
Oh, don't worry. I see
Are they gluten-free?
They must be. I see celery sticks.
A charcuterie board,
Oh,
Tausch? You seem like a charcuterie board kind of guy.
Yeah, you
That's
gotta
how
love
Matt and I
charcuterie.
connected over the show.
Yeah, who doesn't love
Charcuterie and Coors Light.
Yes.
Amen.
Fine meats and cheeses. That's the way to get on Jim, Matt, and Molly. We did have another question around your producer. Riley, do you have the audio of Jesse Nelson's coup or whatever it is.
Ooh.
So you've heard that before, I'm sure, Mark?
I have, yes, more than I'd like.
Yes. So, same. It happened when I was
please
out.
Stop doing that.
Yeah. So, as soon as I heard it, I thought of the Pillsbury Doughboy. Like when you poke him in the belly, he goes, woo, right?
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think Jesse is, he's down there. I guarantee you one thing, Molly. He is not going to wait to eat. He is going to find it, and this is a staple. Whenever there is a remote, and if there is food, he shows up, and if there is not, he is always willing to stay back at the Everlight Solar Studio and produce from Madison. So I'm guessing, I know he's down there, and I'm sure he is not waiting for anybody. He's delving right into those nachos, into the steamed dumplings and everything else that you guys have down there.
Tausch, Green Bay Packers, how concerned are you about the wide receiving core and Jordan Love and just the chemistry that I feel like isn't going to be built? Even though we talked to Jason yesterday and he basically said that the wide receivers and the team feels confident that they have enough chemistry because they spend more time together than they do apart. As a fan, I'm getting worried that is not going to be there for opening week against the Detroit Lions.
I think you should definitely have some concern. I mean, I'm not sure when the last time Tay Wicks has practiced. Dobbs, I guess, is back at it, but Jaden Reed has been out for a while, and, Matthew Golden is going to be, I think, elevated and probably playing more of a prominent role early than we thought, because you can have all that stuff, and, Jordan obviously missing some practice time, the live reps with that thumb injury. You can't replicate practice. You can go through and do different drills and some other stuff, but in order to get better and to gain chemistry and to really, getting the chemistry and getting that is more about confidence and understanding. The guy is going to be where he needs to be. The receiver knows that where the ball is going to be, and you rep and rep and rep that. You saw that with, if you can get to that next level of unbelievable chemistry that Rodgers had with Adams and Jordy and Cobb, the only way you do that is by just an insane rep count. And obviously they've missed a ton of time. So I think if you're looking at it from, concern level, I do think there should be some concern. And yeah, you've had practices and OTAs and they've done stuff in the off season, and that's all great. But you want to be peaking and really feeling at your best when you're getting into the regular season. And the fact that guys have missed as much camp time, and then obviously the last couple of weeks with Jordan not being able to get out there, and everybody just kind of gets back into it, I think you'd be remiss if you didn't think that there was going to be at least some sense of maybe a setback or it not being at peak when you need to be when the season starts.
Mark, I wanted to ask you something, and I know it's Chicago Bears related, but Tyson Bagent was just signed to a contract, 2 years, $10 million, which you got Cam Hayward saying I can't justify playing for $15 million. I'm not going to fault him for that, but when Tyson Bagent, undrafted free agent, finally gets a payday, and I wanted to play the audio for you and just get your response to it, because I think sometimes fans miss the idea of how much this money can be life-changing for a player who he was undrafted to became a backup and now is actually getting a real payday there. And I wanted to play the audio and get your reaction to it, and like the reaction when you got your first bigger payday.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people don't know this, but my dad is he's my right-hand man, and he didn't even have running water until he was in high school. So there's definitely a lot of things and people that I think I could certainly help with this gift I've been blessed with. But yeah, just little things like that. Like, I don't really know anybody back at home with any money, so yeah, it feels good. I mean, it's certainly a weight off my shoulders and my family's shoulders, and yeah, it definitely means a lot.
So yeah, that's just a good football moment. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really hard, I know, for Packer fans to, have any positive vibes towards any, Bears football player and especially a quarterback. But I don't know how you don't listen to that and feel, a sense of, wow, that's awesome. And, I think everybody kind of looks at guys, especially now where the money is, just completely crazy. and just thinks everybody is, blessed with that. When you work as hard as he has and been doubted and not believed, and he's got to continue to prove over and over in college and then in the pros, and when you finally get there and you have someone validate all the work that you've put in the form of payment and contract and the money that is, the money is great, and that's, I'm sure, obviously he's going to be able to help his family. He's going to be able to help his family's family with, $10 million. But it's more than that. And I just love when someone comes from nothing, works their tail off, gets pushed around, doesn't come easily. And when they work and they finally get to that point, and then you let that emotion out, that's everything. So I saw that clip. I thought it was awesome. And just hearing it again, I think it's everything that's great about sports encapsulated in that audio clip.
Tauscher, I want to pivot to the Brewers. The biggest story, I feel like that is, well, not the biggest story, but one of the storylines around the Brewers is that they may be peaking too early. I guess just in sports in general, what? Why are you laughing at that? Like peaking in high school? Is that what you're laughing at?
No, I get what you're saying on it, but it is kind of, it really honestly.
I mean, they're hot.
I get it because, like, as a sports fan, I'm the same way. But it's like, wait, are we too good? Like, I get.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like you have that initial fear because you're kind of guarding your heart, right? Like the Brewers are hot right now. I mean, they're coming off of 2 losses against Cubs, so that kind of changes things a little bit. But like when your team is too hot or very hot, before you're even in the playoffs yet, does that make you nervous? And you can answer from a Packers perspective. No. You can answer from Brewers. Like what? Am I funny today?
I think that was funny. Well, you said hot, like really like northeastern. Like you said hot. The Brewers are so hot right now. Yeah, it sounded, I don't know, it sounded really funny to me. I'll be honest with you, Molly. I felt that way just with this streak. And you start thinking because the law of averages kind of equals out. And baseball is a funny game like that where you go on these hot streaks. And you start, and it's really hard, and then all of a sudden you lose a couple of games, and maybe things start kind of going the other way. Can you pull out of it? And you always want, that's the, with the NFL, you get to the end of the season, and I do think there's some value in having some bounce backs where maybe you're starting to think that your blank don't stink, and then somebody kind of comes in and lets you know that it does, and it makes you refocus and kind of get that edge back. Whereas when you're winning, it almost the pressure mounts that you can't lose, and then you start really getting tight. And sports is so psychological that I think you're always looking for that happy medium of really confident and yet still having that edge that you can be beaten. And that's where you're in your sweet spot. When you're really rolling, that's great, but then you're always kind of looking over your shoulder. So the good news is that, there's still, I think Jesse said, there's 35 or 36 games left in the season. Got a couple left with the Cubs, try to figure that piece of it out. But there is the mindset of, boy, this is too good to be true type of deal. And I think in sports you don't want that, but you also want to make sure you're confident. I think the Brewers have been so good for such a stretch here that I think it's just natural that eventually they're going to have a dip, and then it's just, all right, let's make sure we know that we can pull out of this dip and that we're still a really good baseball team, because it does feel, confidence is so important in every aspect of sports, and that is a hard thing to recapture sometimes if you have a little bit of negativity or maybe some bad things that happen to you. You get tested that way, and if that's what ends up happening and you get tested a little bit and they bounce out of it, I don't think that's a bad thing either.
Badgers football. Speaking of gaining confidence back, I think that's very important for this team. How much can you gain back in the off season with their practices in Platteville? And I think Coach Tressel said that most important part of that was getting to know each other and building that trust. But I mean, they get 2 wins and they look good in those games. I think the Badgers have a exciting, possibly surprising season in front of them. But on the flip side, if they stumble and barely win those games, or God forbid lose the first 2 games, things could get ugly. So how important is a hot start and good confidence for Badger football?
I think it's really important, and I think especially with the new landscape of college football, and you have, you still have your core guys. You have a bunch of guys that are back from last year's team that was obviously, had a disappointing finish to their season. But when you bring in a bunch of new guys, and that goes for the NFL, that goes for whatever sport, you're kind of trying to kind of find your way and figure out, what kind of team you're going to be. You can go through and have, the great camp and have a bunch of positive things, and your team starts binding together, whether it's at Platteville or it's back here. But I do think it's really important in this landscape with all of the new faces that come in and maybe aren't as tied to the program as what we've seen when you're there 4 or 5 years. You really need to get off to a fast start, build some momentum, and build that confidence, because on the flip side, if things don't go well and you struggle, and let's say you really have to grind to win a couple of games early in the season that I think most people think you should win relatively easily, all of a sudden you get doubt in your head. And when you have a lot of new guys and you're trying to bring a team together, you want to have confidence and you want to have that kind of going on the upswing. And when you do that, especially with the schedule that this team has coming up, you need to be a confident group. And the only way to really gain confidence is by having a ton of success. And, we're looking at 8 or 9 days out from our first big test. And if that test goes well, all of a sudden you're going to feel a heck of a lot better about what you're doing. And then that carries over into the next week. And that momentum ball just keeps rolling. And that's, I think, the goal, especially in today's landscape of college football.
Mark, awesome stuff. We appreciate it.
You bet. See you guys.
That's Mark Tauscher, brought to you by Chalmers Jewelers in Madison and in Middleton. Madison's custom, Madison's family-owned jeweler, and they're locally owned as well. Chalmers Jewelers in Madison and in Middleton. We'll wrap up the show next.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Serious truck crash? Call Gruber Law Offices today.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
It's the summer sales event at Metro Ford Madison, and the deals are still heating up. Drive home in a 2024 Ford F-150, Bronco Sport, or Mach-E with 0% APR for 48 months, $20.83 per $1,000 finance. But wait, there's more! Get a 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty on new vehicles and 90 days with no payments with approved credit. But hurry, these hot offers end September 2nd. Head to Metro Ford Madison today and visit metrofordmadison.com.
Hi, this is Jeff Levering with the Brewers Radio Network. Ridgetop Exteriors, Wisconsin's trusted name in home improvement, does more than just top-quality roofing. They're your go-to for maintenance-free siding and energy-efficient windows, too. Ridgetop has expert credentials with leading manufacturers like Pella, James Hardie, and LP Smart Siding. For over 20 years, they delivered exceptional craftsmanship and service. Call Ridgetop Exteriors today or visit ridgetopexteriors.com. Ridgetop Exteriors, where customer service always comes first.
Ridgetop Exteriors.
Looking to join an international quality golf club right here in Madison? Discover TPC Wisconsin, an instant classic in the heart of the Midwest. With a course co-designed by Steve Stricker and PGA Tour Designs, it's the 13th and newest TPC Network golf club in the world. Other high-quality amenities include a short game practice area, athletic performance center, and meeting and dining facilities, plus membership benefits that reach around the globe. Schedule a tour at tpcwisconsin.com and start your journey to a lifetime of priceless golf.
Greg Scalzo here for Buck & Honey's. This summer, soak up the sun and savor the flavor at Buck & Honey's. Their spacious patios are the ideal spot to enjoy award-winning dishes, craft cocktails, in an unbeatable atmosphere. Perfect for a casual lunch or a night out with friends. Plus, with fresh seasonal dishes and exceptional service, they're here to make every visit special. Visit their locations in Sun Prairie, Monona, Wanakee, or Mount Horeb. Celebrate summer the right way, on the patio with great company. I'll see you at Buck & Honey's.
Electric bills are out of control, but with federal incentives, you can go solar with zero upfront cost and start saving hundreds a month. Badgerland Exteriors and Solar is a local and family-owned company, and they make the switch to solar simple. No pressure, no hassle, just honest.
AJ with Badgerland Exteriors here. Contracting made easy is more than a tagline. It's how we run our family business. Visit BadgerlandExteriors.com to get started on your next project. That's BadgerlandExteriors.com.
Bruner Realty and ESPN Madison have teamed up again for the 5th annual Putts for Pups golf outing benefiting the Dane County Humane Society. Join us for a day of golf at Blackhawk Country Club on September 19th. Since it started in 2021, Putts for Pups has raised over $120,000 for the Dane County Humane Society. Donate or find out how you can get involved at putsforpups.com. Putts for Pups is proudly sponsored by Badgerland Exteriors, Alts Operations, Zimbrick Automotive, and Vortex Optics.
Listen to Madison Money Guy every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. You're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End of friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
1, 2, 3,
Some takes are cooler than others.
You know this kid is as cool as the other side of the pillow.
Some opinions are just cooler than the rest.
Now what's cooler than being cool? Ice cold.
And if you keep it chill, then it's a cold take.
Chill out. I'm chill. I'm chill as a cucumber, man.
I'm always the coldest.
This is Throwing Stones, presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's chillest Kia dealership.
And we got to keep this tight as we wrap up the show. Jim Rutledge, Molly Brown, Primetime Warriors Shine with you at Potawatomi in Milwaukee for the ESPN Fantasy Draft. And Molly, what's one player, before we get out, that you will not draft tonight?
Jordan Love.
Aaron Rodgers for me.
Good one.
Caleb Williams.
And Riley, do you got one?
Nope. I can't think of any off the top of my head.
That's right. You got a lot going on back there. That broadcasting school is really paying off. All right, this has been Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
Comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
The search for luxury begins